Greetings. So we're going to try and solve this problem, and we want to be able to factor this problem out, right? So again, I don't know what level you are, but we want to have it in some sort of ax plus a, this is some constant, times like 3x plus b. Now the 3 here is so that we can get the 3 out here. See, if we take this and multiply it with this, we get 3x squared, right? So this allows us to have something that will eventually turn into this, right? So the general idea is like, okay, can we find these values of a and b such that when we actually multiply these two together, it gives us this equation back. So let's just kind of go through it. So if we were to multiply these out, we have x with 3x, so it gives us 3x squared. Then we have x with b, which gives us bx. Okay, so now that we've done x, the x part, we do the a part. So a times 3x, that gives us 3ax. Now a times b, that gives us a times b. Okay, so now you see here we have bx and we have 3ax. Now the x's are the same, and again, these can be, think about these as a number, right? So now, because these are the same, we can factor it out. We can actually group these two together. Okay? So then this x comes out, and then we have x times b plus 3a, right? So x gets multiplied times b and gets multiplied times 3a. Okay? If you have difficulty with this procedure right here, we can go over it. But then we have plus AB, right? Okay, so now let's just go back to our original equation here, right? So our original equation was 3x squared plus 7x minus 6. And what we have here is 3x, x squared, 3x squared plus x times b plus 3a plus ab. Okay, and what we want is this negative 6 to be the same thing as, well, we want a times b to equal negative 6, right? And then we want b plus 3a, all this, to equal plus 7, right? So again, this can go in front of the x, right? Don't worry about that. Okay, so we have two constraints. Our first constraint is that b plus 3a, b plus 3, needs to be equal to 7. And our second constraint is that a times b needs to be equal to negative 6. Okay. So we want to find values of a and b. And what we can choose is what can a be equal to, what a and b can we choose to give us negative 6? Well, we have different options. We can do a equals 1 and b equals negative 6. We can do a equals 2 and b equals negative 3. So you see, if we multiply a times b here, that gives us negative 6. If we multiply a and b here, 2 times negative 3, that gives us negative 6. Similar here, a times 3 times b times negative 2, multiply those two together, that gives us negative 6. So we're choosing all options that gives us negative 6, right? These are all possible options that give us negative 6. Again, we're assuming that a and b are whole integers. That means that we don't have fractions, right? We don't have like a being equal to 3 halves and b equal to, 2 times 4. 2 times something, right? Okay. So we have whole integers, meaning that they're just whole numbers, right? Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take these and then put them into this other equation, right? b plus 3a equals 7. So let's put them in. So we have b equals negative 6, and we have a equal 1. So we have minus 6 plus 3 times 1, which gives us negative 3. And see that that's not equal to 7, right? So this is not a valid option, okay? Second option is a equals 2 and b equals negative 3, right? That gives us negative 6. So it passes our first condition. Now does it pass our second condition? Well, let's see. B is negative 3, so we have negative 3. And we have a is equal to 2. So we have negative 3 plus 3 times 2. This gives us 6. So we have negative 3 plus 6. That gives us just 3, right? And that is not equal to 7. So this option does not work. Okay? Now let's try our third option. So we have a equals to 3 and b equals to negative 2. If we multiply these two together, that gives us 6, right? Now let's put in the top one. So we have b plus 3a equals 7. So let's plug this in. We have b equals to negative 2, which we have here. And then we have a equal 3. So 3 times 3, that equals 9, right? And we have the negative 2. So negative 2 plus 9, that equals 7. Yay! So that actually gives us the correct answer, okay? So this is actually the correct answer, and we need to stop, we can stop trying the other ones, right? We can actually try and stop these. Perhaps these work, but we don't need to worry about that. So we can go back to here. So a equals 3 and b equals negative 2. So what we have left is we can just replace this into our equation here. So we have x equals 3 and b equal negative 2. Okay, so that is our answer. And we can see we can actually get that. So we have, so if we eliminate this row on the bottom, we have, if we multiply this, x times 3x, we get 3x squared. Then x times 2, we get negative 2x. We have 3 times here, we get 9x. 3 times 3x, we get 9x. Then we get 3 times negative 2, that gives us negative 6. Okay? Now, if we add it all together, if we add this negative 2 plus this 9, 3, we have 3x squared plus 7x minus 6. And this is our answer. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions.